They say you can see someone's soul by looking into their eyes, but in a place of such beauty, it's easy for one to hide their truth. Helena Vale gazed at the source of her greatest pride, not knowing the lies that surrounded it. It was her most celebrated piece. A towering canvas of a woman rising from dark water, her skin layered in delicate sheets of gold leaf, fractured and imperfect, but radiant. Her eyes were closed, not in defeat, but in becoming. Helena had named it Ascension in D minor because when she painted it, she had listened to the same mournful piano composition on repeat, her heart breaking open in ways she couldn't yet explain. Collectors whispered about it, critics lingered in front of it. It was the painting that made Vale Gallery matter, and it was the painting her best friend would steal. Helena stood barefoot on the cool concrete floor of her gallery, long after closing, staring at the piece. Soft amber track lights illuminated the gold, making it glow like something alive. She remembered the night she finished it, the way her hands trembled, the way she had cried without knowing why.
Still talking to her?
The voice came from behind. Helena didn't turn.
Sometimes I think she knows things about me I don't yet know myself.
Vivian laughed softly. Vivian Locke had the kind of laugh that made strangers trust her. It was low and musical and warm in a practiced way. Helena finally turned. Vivian leaned against the white gallery wall, elegant in a tailored cream suit, dark hair smooth as glass. She held 2 champagne flutes.
To your brilliance,
Vivian said, offering one. Helena smiled. Vivian had been there before all of it, before Vale Gallery, before the collectors and critics, before Helena believed she was allowed to be extraordinary. They clinked glasses.
To us.
Helena said. Vivian's smile flickered.
to us.
Helena had inherited nothing, no money, no connections, only a relentless need to create beauty out of pain. She'd opened Vale Gallery at 32, signing a lease she couldn't afford, using credit cards she couldn't pay. Vivian had been the one who said yes first.
I'll help you.
Vivian had told her.
I believe in you.
Vivian handled the business, promoting the masterpieces that came from it. Helena handled the art. It was perfect. Or so Helena thought. Vivian placed herself as invaluable to the business, with a reason and solution for everything. One day, Helena stood in the tiny office in the back of the gallery, holding a sales report.
Vivian?
Vivian looked up from her laptop.
Yes?
This sale from last month. The price listed here isn't what I remember.
Vivian didn't hesitate.
Oh, that collector negotiated.
Helena frowned.
You said we didn't negotiate.
Vivian smiled gently.
I handled it. I didn't want to burden you.
Helena relaxed. Vivian had always protected her from the ugliness of money.
That's why I need you.
Helena said. Vivian's eyes lingered on her.
Yes,
She said quietly.
you do.
Success came quickly after Ascension in D minor debuted. Too quickly. Collectors began requesting commissions. Helena's name appeared in magazines. Vale Gallery became a destination. And Vivian became indispensable. She handled everything: contracts, shipping, accounts. Helena trusted her completely. Vivian was her safe place, her sister, her salvation, which is why Helena didn't see it happening. Not at first. It was a Tuesday afternoon when the truth began clawing its way to the surface. A collector named Martin Green walked in. He was older, silver-haired, with the quiet confidence of someone accustomed to being obeyed.
I came to see the new lock piece.
He said. Helena blinked.
I'm sorry?
He smiled politely.
The gold leaf woman.
Oh, you mean the new veil piece.
Vivian told me it was hers.
Helena's stomach dropped.
Mine.
Helena said slowly.
It's mine.
Martin frowned.
Oh.
Silence stretched. He cleared his throat.
That's not what she said.
The air changed after that. It grew heavy, charged. Helena waited until closing, until the gallery was empty, until it was just the two of them.
Vivian,
She said. Vivian didn't look up.
Yes?
Helena held her breath.
why are people saying Ascension is yours?
Vivian froze, just for a second. Then she smiled.
They must have misunderstood.
Helena stared at her.
Did they?
Vivian's smile tightened.
I've promoted it, represented it. People associate it with me.
That's not the same thing.
Vivian stood.
No,
She said softly.
it isn't.
Their eyes locked. Something unfamiliar moved behind Vivian's gaze. Something cold. Helena began looking, really looking, at the accounts, at the contracts, at the records Vivian had always managed alone. What she found hollowed her. Payments redirected, sales underreported, commissions signed in Vivian's name, her art. Helena's hands shook as she flipped through the files. It wasn't a mistake. It was a system, a careful, deliberate theft. Years long, she couldn't breathe. Vivian came in to find Helena sitting on the floor of the gallery, surrounded by papers. Helena looked up. Her face was pale.
Why?
Vivian stopped. Silence filled the space between them.
You took everything.
Helena whispered. Vivian didn't deny it. She didn't apologize. She simply exhaled.
You don't understand.
Then explain it to me.
Vivian's voice broke.
I built this.
Helena stared at her.
We built it.
Vivian shook her head.
No, you painted. But I made them care. I made them see you.
Tears spilled down Helena's face.
So you stole from me?
Vivian's expression hardened.
I took what I deserved.
The words landed like a knife. Helena had given Vivian everything. Her trust, her love, her loyalty. She had never imagined Vivian resented her.
I trusted you.
Helena whispered. Vivian flinched, past tense.
I was invisible,
Vivian said. Her composure cracked.
standing next to you, watching people worship you. Do you know what that feels like?
Helena's voice trembled.
No.
Vivian laughed bitterly.
Of course you don't.
She gestured toward the gallery.
This, all of this, it could have been mine.
Helena stared at her.
But you don't paint.
Vivian's eyes burned.
No,
She said.
I don't.
The betrayal wasn't just the theft. It was the envy, the quiet hatred, the years of deception wrapped in affection. Helena felt like her life had been rewritten without her consent.
What happens now?
Helena asked. Vivian looked at her. For a moment, Helena saw the best friend she had entered adulthood with, the woman who believed in her. Then it was gone.
That's up to you.
Helena didn't sleep. She walked the gallery alone until sunrise. Every painting felt different now, tainted. She stopped in front of Ascension in D minor. The gold shimmered, unchanged, unafraid. Helena touched the canvas. She thought about the woman rising from the water, broken, but radiant. She realized something then. The painting had never been about suffering. It had been about survival. Vivian expected a lawsuit, a public scandal, ruin. Instead, Helena did something unexpected. She held an exhibition, a new one. She titled it Reclamation. Vivian received an invitation. She almost didn't go, but curiosity won. The gallery was full, crowded, alive, and the paintings. They were unlike anything Helena had done before, raw, honest, unforgiving. One depicted two women standing side by side, one made of gold, the other made of glass. Cracks splintered through her body, but light shone through them. Another showed a woman cutting chains from her own wrists, blood and gold mixed together. Beautiful, terrible, free. Vivian's chest tightened. She moved through the crowd, toward Helena. Helena stood alone near the back, calm, unshaken. Vivian approached slowly.
You didn't destroy me.
Vivian said. Helena met her eyes.
No,
Why?
Helena considered her.
because I won't destroy myself to punish you.
Vivian's breath caught.
I deserved it.
Maybe.
Helena said. Silence lingered. Vivian's voice trembled.
I'm sorry.
The words came too late, but they were real. Helena saw it, the regret, the grief, the shame. Helena's voice was gentle.
I know.
Vivian blinked.
You forgive me?
Helena shook her head.
No,
Vivian's face fell. Helena continued.
but I release you.
And she could, because before the gallery had reopened, she spent hours with her books, in classes, learned how to run her own business without need of help. Even if she were to expand and hire assistants, she would know what to look for. Vivian left the gallery alone. For the first time in years, she had nothing to hold on to. No illusion, no stolen identity, only herself. Helena stood in the center of her gallery, stronger, lighter. She had lost a friend, but she had found herself. A collector approached her.
This is your best work.
He said. Helena smiled.
Yes,
She said.
it is.
Months later, Helena received a letter. It was from Vivian. Inside was a check and a note.
You were never invisible to me. You were everything. I just didn't know how to be enough beside you.
Helena folded the letter carefully. She didn't cry. She didn't rage. She simply placed it in a drawer and returned to painting. Her next piece was different. It showed two women standing apart, not enemies, not friends, just separate, whole. One was made of gold, the other of glass. Both were still standing. Both were still beautiful. Because redemption, Helena realized, wasn't about restoring what had been broken. It was about honoring what survived and choosing to rise anyway.